expand a platform. We're here today with the Miss Plus America Elite 2013 winner and her coach. So let's get right into it. For those of you who have ever wanted to don the crown and walk the stage when it comes to beauty pageants and seeing what all there is, we've got a treat for you. Let me welcome Miss CeCe Harris, Miss Plus America Elite 2013, and her friend and CEO of the Miss Plus America Elite organization, Queen Esther. She's also Miss Plus America 2010.
Hi.
Welcome, ladies.
Thank you. Thanks for having us.
Oh, you are so welcome. I'm so excited to dive right in. So you have this big crown, and it's beautiful, and it's sparkly.
It's sparkly.
So do you feel like you got a chance to do what all the, do as a grown-up what all little kids, all little girls dream of?
Always. My dream finally came true.
So dreams do come true.
They
you
do.
You have to go to Disney World to prove it. But are you going to Disney World?
I hope to soon.
Well, good. I'm sure you'll be an inspiration to a lot of the little girls there. So, all right, let's talk about the pageant. Why did you choose pageantry in the first place?
Well, like you said, as a young girl, I've always wanted to become a queen, always, and I never really knew how to do it. But last year I had a really rough year. I had a 9th heart surgery, and during that time I had a stroke, and I was praying, and during my prayer I said, God, if you get me through this, I'll go and do something spectacular. I'll go and do something I've always wanted to do that I've always put off. Mm-hmm. And so he got me through it, and that's what I did. I said, I'm going to enter a pageant. And, as far as my size, I'm thinking, do they have pageants for plus-size women? They did. I did my research, and they did. And I entered, and here's my journey. I won.
Yes, you did. You won.
Yes.
And so did you feel that the process was once you walked the stage and you met all the requirements, then you won, or did you feel like that throughout the process?
I kind of felt like I was sort of on top throughout. You go from Columbus to Mrs. Ohio, then Mrs. America. But you have to be confident throughout this process. And if you're not, then you're not going to make it. So with the help of my state director pushing me and encouraging me, I knew I could do it. I just had to get that one last final push and get there. So.
Well, and I bet you really feel comforted having Queen Esther with you.
I do. She's amazing. She's an inspiration to me. She's half the reason why I did it. I watched her go through it, and she's just an amazing woman and a leader and a mentor. And so with her, encouraging me, I did it. Because at first I'm like, but then she's all about confidence and self-esteem, and because of that, I pushed my way. So
okay, yes. So I've got to piggyback on one of the statements that you made, talking about being confident. Mm-hmm. And so you started with Miss Plus Ohio. Mm-hmm. And what if you're a woman that's not quite as confident?
It's kind of hard, and actually I learned how to be more confident going through the pageant, because I didn't start off 100% at all. I maybe started off at 30, and then just throughout, just the coaching and encouragement. And knowing that there's other women out here too doing the same exact thing that I'm doing. If they can do it, I know I can do it. So you have to start off somewhat confident, but at the end I was 110% confident.
So it kind of built over time.
It did. It has to grow on you.
Well, Queen Esther, how did that work for you? Tell us about your experience with pageantry, and how did you end up luring CeCe into it?
Well, I had been in pageantry most of my life, in some form or fashion, or performing arts, modeling, something. And I found the pageant back in 2009, and in 2010 competed at the national level in the Ms. category, and came away as a 2010 Ms. Plus America. And it was just something that I've always been interested in, because my platform is self-esteem, promoting high self-esteem for females, youth, and young adults. So in that, I'm like, I need to be able to get my platform out there. And it's just something that drove me, and I needed, I thought the pageantry would be a good way to do that. And it did, and it worked for me, and I had a wonderful year of reign, and then started influencing people that were in my circle or maybe outside my circle, and I had the opportunity of meeting Miss Annette CeCe and Harris, and she just inspired her, I guess, from the conversation, just experiences that I had, to really go for it. And so she signed up, participated, and I really kind of saw something on her. Sometimes it's difficult, because now I'm a director of the Ohio Plus America pageant, And it's difficult sometimes to be able to identify, who's going to win, who's not going to win, and you want to be as objective as possible, and we truly are. But she just had a certain light about her. There was something that really shone through that was like, yeah, this person probably has the potential of going all the way. And she did. She took the top title at the national level.
This is great. So I'm also giving this interview from the purview of, I was in Mrs. Ohio, and while I didn't even make the top 10. I didn't even make the top 10, but I did get Mrs. Congeniality. But I also know that it was I didn't get in it for the purpose of winning. I hope to win, of course, but it was a journey for me. So talk about, because, a number of women, how many women participate in the pageant each year?
It ranges. How many did you have this year?
We had 47 at national level.
Okay, so 47 wonderful women enter, and only one's going to walk away, Miss Plus America Elite for that year. So talk about, what do you think the journey is for the women who don't win? What do they learn about themselves? What can they do in the world differently that they may not have been able to do without this pageantry experience?
Well, once you get to the national level, they've obviously won their title for their state. So they are a state queen at that point. And with that being said, there's doors open for all of us, even myself. I mean, all of us, it was a journey. We learned so much about ourselves and who we are. I started to learn how to think outside the box. I was always real internal and didn't know how to express myself and get it out there. But with my platform and with this crown and this title, the sky is the limit. I mean, people look up to you. You become this superstar all of a sudden for your state and your city, and now for the nation. And so it's just a huge opportunity for us to just, move on with our platform, which my goal is to do that. My platform is Matters of the Heart, and I'm advocating for cardiovascular disease awareness. So when all the queens have platforms, and so that's helping them increase the awareness of their platform as well. So
it's, you get a chance to be an advocate for the cause that you believe in most. So Queen Esther, how did your platform of self-esteem for women, what have you been able to do having participated in the pageantry that you wouldn't have been able to do otherwise?
I honestly would say it just opens doors, because, if I go knocking at a door and saying, hey, I want to come into the school, or I want to come do this, who are you? I'm Esther Renee Brandon. Oh, okay. Or I can say, hi, I am 2010 Ms. Plus America, and my platform is, and I'm really excited about sharing that platform with your population in which your organization serves. Which one would you be excited about? So it's just kind of like, I always say the crown is a key that opens the door. And a lot of ladies participate for various reasons, because I heard you talking about the journey and going to that self-esteem piece. They participate sometimes just to strengthen the self-confidence, or to have the experience, or for the crown. And a lot of ladies, especially in the Plus America pageant system, participate for their platform, something that they're very passionate about, and they just want to get out there and do the work in the communities.
So dispel the myth about, a lot of times people think about beauty pageant, so it's just about your looks and who has the brightest smile, who's the most appealing of the 47 women, and bada boom, bada bing, we have you. Is that really the essence of the pageant? I see you shaking your head.
Not.
Okay,
yeah.
So tell us what
I always say beauty's in the eye of the beholder. And it's not all about beauty. It's about being articulate. It's about wanting to do things for your community, your passion for your platform. Beauty isn't the only reason why, people win in pageants. I disagree with that.
I agree with it.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I think that it is about beauty, but it's about the beauty that comes through.
Yes.
And a lot of times it's not the external beauty, although I believe all of our queens are beautiful. It's about the beauty that they have inside and who they are as a human being. And that's what we really look for. And that, like when I spoke to the light that she demonstrates, it truly is honor. And that is something that's on a lot of the ladies that win the different titles in the pageant.
Mm-hmm. So can a woman simply go online to your website and sign up for the pageant, pay the fees, get the gown, and get the crown?
They can do everything except for that last one.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah,
it's not easy.
So tell us about
the easy part is going online, filling out the paperwork, and paying your fees. That's the easy part. But it's hard. It's a lot of commitment. It's a lot of work, dedication, lack of sleep.
Sure.
Lack of sleep. It's fight with your family for your time and attention because you're so focused. It takes a lot of focus. I called it my part-time job.
Okay, now are you talking about post-winning, or are you talking about before the pageant?
Pre-winning, yes.
Oh, okay, so
during pre-pageant, during the pageant.
Okay,
yes.
so tell us about both of your. Well, let's talk about CeCe's journey, and because Queen Esther, you were an integral part of this particular journey for the Miss Plus America 2013. So talk about the journey.
It's, like I said, a lot of work, a lot of focus, a lot of work shopping. That's work for me. Fun, but work. A lot of shopping, a lot of preparing for your interview. Your interview is like 50% of your score. And that's sitting in front of a panel of 5 judges and them asking you questions.
What kind of questions do they ask you?
They asked a lot about my platform and why I wanted to do pageantry and what I plan to do after my win. It was scary.
So why was the preparation for the interview a lot of work? What made it a lot of work?
Being articulate. I'm not a person that's on the spot interview type chick. You know, I'm inside the box. I like to have talking points and be prepared about what I want to say, and that's the thing with your interview. You have no clue what they're going to ask you. You have no clue how you're going to answer it.
So it has to be really solid in your soul.
Absolutely.
You have to really mean it when you say it.
And then know how to articulate it and make sense.
Tell me about Pageant Patty.
Yeah.
Pageant Patty.
She came up with this thing called Pageant Patty. It's just those girls that go in, oh, I'm this and da-da-da-da, you know, being that Pageant Patty, wanting to be the queen and act like that. But I think what the judges saw in me was compassion. Like I was really real, and I wasn't, you know, you can't go in there putting on a show or a front. They saw straight through me and felt like I was the one that should have taken it. So I thank God for my judges. And
so for women who have something that they would like to tell the world, but may not feel completely confident yet, do you believe that pageantry could be a really good training ground for them?
Absolutely, I agree. It's a huge training tool for me. I mean, now I love going out into the public to speak. I love bragging about my platform. So,
and I bet your platform for the heart really appreciates you being their advocate.
Yes, they actually just made me their chair of their Open Your Heart campaign. So I'm excited to go on tour for that.
Oh, CeCe,
yes.
you're all heart.
Yes.
That's amazing. So what else do you want? So speak to the woman who is considering joining the pageant, but she may not have the best self-esteem. She may not really be clear about her platform, and she may still be struggling with, you know, how to come to terms with her journey at that point. Encourage that woman for our audience to.
And we have help. I had help. We had something called Royal Academy where we went a few days and we were taught how to dress and sit and act like a queen and prepare for the pageant as far as what to wear, how to look, how to talk, how to act. So Royal Academy is very encouraging. And Queen Esther is all about self-esteem anyway. So 1 hour with her, you're signing paperwork. So I encourage them.
Queen Esther, give women one piece of advice, one special nugget that you'd like every woman to know and have.
Well, I always say, and the tagline that's been created for the Ohio Plus America pageant system is that you're already a queen, come get your crown. And I really do believe that. And the crown may not be the physical, tangible item on top of their head, but it may be the crown that's in their heart or in their mind for whatever goals that they have set for themselves. And just to really believe in yourself and to set your foot forward to accomplish a goal that maybe you thought was unfathomable. And then also with it being the Plus America pageant system, that we're celebrating curvier women that are size 14W or larger, where society calls them an outcast and that they're not worthy at all anyway. And we celebrate them and give them a platform to celebrate themselves. So,
do you look forward to the day when the pageants can all be one? Meaning,
Yes.
there's not a Miss America, Miss Plus America. Do you look forward to that day?
I do. I was just asked that question on Twitter from OMG Insider, who did our interview. They asked me that same exact question. So, yes, I do. I hope one day we all come together and just become one pageant regardless of your size.
Wow. And I do too. I do too. Last question, because we've got some last comments. It's time to wrap up. What advice do you want to give women who are considering being part of the pageant? And what advice should you give their families, because it was quite a sacrifice?
They definitely need the support of their friends and their family. I mean, it's a lot of time away. There was weeks I didn't go, talking to people and responding to text messages and emails. It just piled up. But I let them know in a nice way, listen, this is my ambition. This is my goal. This is my dream. I have to do me this year. I knew this year was my year. And I went and hit the ground running. So,
Well, congratulations.
So I encourage everyone, if this is your dream, this is what you want to do it. Just the sky is the limit. Don't let nothing or anyone stop you.
All right. And if people want to connect with you, how should they do that?
They can reach me on Facebook at Miss Plus America Elite, or they can email me at queencceelite@gmail.com.
All right. Thank you both.
Thank you.
Thank you.